Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's a boy, Dark Right here. Yeah, Dark Right Goo here. Sorry, I tried to set it too fast and I went yeet out the window of my name. But not the point. Let me say something before I go on. My whole body is burnt to a fucking chicken crispy. Not really, but pretty much I was cutting the yard in two different houses. My own, but both of them are kind of owned by my family, but not the point. I didn't do this somewhere around in the morning, so of course it was hot as shit. Luckily, one house kind of has a tractor, while the other one has to kind of do it with hand, but not the point. But that shit kind of sucked. Of course, when I got home, I wanted to fall asleep, but then I had to eat because I didn't eat in the morning. So yeah, it was just whatever. Also, before I go on, I was going to record yesterday night. I fell asleep. I said, fuck it. Well, I couldn't fall asleep. That's the problem. I fell asleep at 4 o'clock somehow. Kind of. But yeah, it was kind of annoying. But not the point. So I am tired of shit. I'm tired of shit. I'm kind of burning shit. And yeah. But not the point. Let me begin. This is what if, because it seems that a lot of people kind of like this what if. Basically called what if Issei had spiral energy. Now I should really kind of forget to change part 2 and part 1 kind of like titles. Wait, we have to change them. So yeah, I went to go change those titles, and yeah, not the point. Let me go for what's it called, part 4. So let me begin to part 4. Also, I know what you people are thinking. Where's part 10 of what's it called? What if Issei was a gunslinger slash was a martial arts master? Now, I know that a lot of people are waiting for part 10 because it's actually been the longest series that actually has been made. Because the other series that are quite long are either stopped at part 7 somewhat, or they're still continued but not often. Now, before I go on, I know people are waiting for part 10 just for the world to end, because it's the rarest sight to ever see actually the longest series of my freaking channel. But not the point. I don't even know how many freaking parts I'm gonna do for that series, because I have way too many ideas for it. But not the point. Also, for this what if, it might also take that long, because I also have too many ideas for this shit. But not the point here, there, or whatever. Let me begin. This is what if. Shut the fuck up and let me begin. So we begin into mostly Issei. Issei is right now kind of laughing with Mikey and the others in mostly Toma gang, while there is a little slick little fox right now kind of following Issei's every movement. A girl with kind of brownish hair and of course hazel eyes. She has glasses, and of course she had to kind of change her outfit because she doesn't really want to wear the same outfit. Now of course she noticed that her outfit is quite slutty half the time, but mostly she doesn't care. Of course, well, she likes attracting boys somewhat, but every time she kind of measures mostly any other guys, kind of like, you know what, she kind of is not embarrassed or shocked or anything. She is kind of embarrassed when she actually measured Issei's without Issei even noticing it. Of course, her face was kind of having a blood nose, but mostly she managed to kind of cover it up, and it was almost all red. But yeah, of course she had to kind of stop herself and actually had to keep this mission on, keep going, while her kind of perversionness. This is where, well, she found out a little bit more things about Issei. Issei kind of is somewhat like a gang member, an ex-gang member. He's supposed to be an ex-gang member leader. His gang leader was called the the Jade Dragon, or mostly the Emerald. Wait, mostly it was called the Jade / Emerald Dragons, the twin-headed dragon. So yeah. Now of course this is where, well, mostly Aiko was kind of shocked at that name. It was quite interesting, like why the hell did Issei even pick that? Well, mostly there's only a couple reasons and why he picked it. It's because of mostly he kind of likes the color green a lot. That, and also mostly a lot of people do call him the Sleeping Dragon. His title is called the Sleeping Dragon for only one reason. If you piss him off enough, he will literally become a fucking ferocious, angry, piss off dragon who will beat the shit of you until you're unconscious. Even when you're unconscious, he will beat the shit of you until you're fucking dead to him, all blood up and fucked up. But yeah. But mostly, Aiko was very shocked with mostly the title of what a bunch of people call him. Like a bunch of like gang members from different gangs and other shit calls him the Sleeping Dragon. Of course, this is where Aika also heard about Mikey's kind of title, and he is called the Invincible Mikey. Now, a lot of people suspect that mostly the Sleeping Dragon versus the Invincible Mikey, they don't know who exactly will win, but a lot of people always have theories about the whole idea. If they ever decide to go in a serious battle. Now, of course, that would never happen because mostly they know that mostly Issei and Mikey are basically like brothers. And even though they're not brothers blood related, they're still brothers. One is the smaller brother and the other one's the older brother. Being Mikey's the older brother while mostly Issei's the smaller brother. But of course, well, a lot of people kind of can't really see them as brothers, but then again, they do kind of act similar. One's mostly sometimes sleeping, same with Mikey. Well, Mikey's chillax, mostly relaxing other things, while Issei kind of does fall asleep most of the time. Now, of course, that's not the point here. There. Now, a lot of people do not want to poke Issei with a stick. When I mean a stick, I mean trying to like fight him because, well, then again, they don't want to be in the hospital because they heard about mostly the old like Black Dragon leaders that actually picked a fight with Issei like in middle school one time, and they were in the hospital for like 2 fucking years. Yeah, they were knocked the fuck out. Only like mostly the Black Dragon leaders that actually attacked Issei one time was mostly the 7th, well not 7th, mostly the 9th and 10th rank. So that was the thing. Now 8th rank was basically mostly, it used to be what's it called? Izano used to be the 8th leader of the Black Dragons, but of course he resigned to actually make his own like game called the Tejanas. Now, of course, a lot of people don't even want to mess with Izana neither, because he is quite scary. Since he's actually the oldest one out of Mikey and even Issei, they are quite scared of him because he's quite skilled also and mostly kicking. A lot of people do suspect him to be much stronger than Mikey and even Issei. But a lot of people do not mostly leave out Issei to be the weakest. Even though he's the youngest out of the 3 of them, he's actually one of the most powerful and one of the most ferocious and merciless kind of, well, person out of all 3 of them. Of course, Izana's the same, but of course, he would just joke and mess around with you when he's beating the shit of you. Now, Mikey, he can be merciless, but that's just if you really piss him off, if you attack someone that he cares about. Now, if you attack Issei, he will beat the shit of you until you're fucking dead. Because, well, mostly attacking someone that's actually considered to be family is quite dangerous. All 3 of them has the same idea, like attacking one of them will really piss off the other 2. Or, yeah, you get the point. Now, that's what Aika kind of found out. Aika is actually quite curious about why Issei is actually even family, or mostly why he's actually considered to be family with them. Like, she wants to know what was his background story, what was his actually like a bunch of things, because she gets more curious and curious about Issei. They call him the Sleeping Dragon. Of course, he's quite merciless and of course can beat the shit of you, and he is quite skilled to hand-to-hand combat. Now, he's also quite smart and a genius in mostly, well, strategy, but not the point. Now, mostly Aika was kind of wondering about this, but this is where, well, she was just mostly on top of a building trying to use her kind of, mostly yokai ears to kind of like hear what they're talking about. Mostly Issei and Mikey, because Issei and Mikey was right now kind of walking down the street. Issei, I should mention what Issei is not wearing. Issei is just wearing this casual kind of green shirt, mostly green button-up shirt, and of course mostly black pants, while black pants with mostly black mostly sandals, while Mikey is wearing mostly like this what's it called? So Mikey is right now wearing mostly like this black kind of jacket that doesn't have a hood on, and of course it's like black and white, and of course it's kind of halfly unzipped. But yeah, this is where, well, he's wearing a shirt that's actually kind of black. Now this is where he's also wearing like these dark blue jeans, but not the point. Well, not dark blue jeans, they're mostly black kind of like mostly sweats, and also kind of black sandals. This is where, well, he's right now talking to Issei while Issei is also talking to Mikey. Now Aika is trying to hear in what they're saying, but this is where, well, she can't hear them because, well, they're kind of whispering about something. This is where we go into Mikey kind of whispering. This is where, well, not really whispering, they're both talking, but of course they're talking too fast for even Ike to kind of understand a little bit. This is where, well, we'll see. Mikey says, "So Issei, since you're actually here for mostly 2 more days, are you going to do that same kind of like concert somewhat?" This is where, well, mostly Issei said, "What are you talking about, Mikey?" This is where Mikey kind of chuckles and says, "Oh, come on," he said, "don't be so mean to me. I know about your kind of mostly emotional problems. You realize that I also have mental emotional problems. Emotional problems. I know that singing for you is quite mostly the only way to calm you down in a very stressful battle. And of course, well, I want to know if you're actually going to be singing again, you know? Unlike that one time that, you're a vice captain, I don't know, one time screwed you over." This is where, well, his kind of face becomes red and say, "Don't remind me about that. That dumbass really pissed me off. I should have beat the shit of him." This is where almost Mikey chuckles and says, "Oh, come on," he says, "don't be so mean. Besides, a lot of people actually like your singing most of the time. Your singing was like basically an angel towards almost everyone's depressing fucking moments. Because a lot of people at that time were actually going through struggles and mostly times and mostly not having enough money and other things. You singing actually made them actually quite hopeful and other things." That's where, well, Issei's face was kind of more red. Of course, he's more embarrassed for the fact that Mikey knows about that. Issei said, "Come on, brother." This is where, well, Issei says, "Come on, brother. Stop joking around. This is where, well, Issei said, "Fine, I'll do it." This is where Mikey smiles and says, "Good to know." This is where, well, Issei smiles at also, and Mikey and says, "But on one condition." This is where Mikey says, "Huh? And what is that?" "You and Izuna sings one song together." We'll see, not Izuna, we'll see, you and Izana sings 2 songs together of my choosing. This is where Mikey's face pales in an instant and says, let's make that one song, 1.5, he just said. Why, you say, why you like this? This is where Mikey cries a little bit, mostly anime tears. This is where, well, Issei says, "Come on, older brother. Didn't you say that you also, well, I mean, you said you would do anything for my, mostly my mental health, wouldn't you?" This is where, well, Mikey cries and says, "I don't want to sing, but fuck it." This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of just has an evilish grin at his brother, while his brother's kind of sweat dropping, and mostly Issei, but this is where, well, they both kind of just keep walking. This is where, well, mostly I can manage to hear what Issei and mostly Mikey managed to say after stop kind of talking really fast. She was kind of shocked that Issei can actually sing. Then again, she has heard him sing. He's actually has sing mostly near that train track. And of course, well, when he was at the train track, mostly, not train track, train station, he was singing a bit mumbling, but of course, well, he was still pretty good at singing mumbling. It wasn't too mumbled, but still, she managed to understand who exactly his voice that was at that time, but not the point. This is where, well, she actually wanted to actually hear Issei sing for real, instead of like mumbling most of the time. Mostly, she's thinking that maybe she wants to go to that concert. She doesn't know if that concert is only for, well, those who are actually a part of the gang, or could be for anyone who actually wants to go. She's hoping that's actually for anyone who wants to go, but not the point. This is where, well, she then kind of tries to follow Mikey and Issei, but of course Mikey had to go somewhere, and of course told Issei that later that night, or mostly, later afternoon, mostly at the night, might start the concert at mostly at one of the warehouses. Issei swears up and says, "Fine, I'll be there. I won't be, I might be there with different clothes, but not the point." This is where Mikey kind of chuckles and says, "Fine. I don't mind if you wear a hood or any of that, or a cloak." Issei says, yeah. I know. But still, Mikey, this is where Mikey says, "Yeah, Issei, remember, you have to also sing 2, well, mostly 1.5 songs with Azana." This is where, well, Mikey switches up and says, "Come on, Issei, please don't make me do this with Izana." Issei says, "I mean, you were the one who was kind of complaining about me having to sing. I'll be singing about only 5 songs, while you sing 1.5 songs, okay? Don't be Don't be scared, Mikey. That's where Issei had a very evilish grin on his face. This is where Mikey sort of says, yeah, I understand. This is where, well, Issei kind of sees Mikey already walking away, while Issei is kind of just sighing and saying, what song should I be singing then? I have 2 songs that I actually want to sing. Okay. Yeah, I will sing those 2 songs. What would be the other 3 songs? That's where, well, Issei then says, and also I need 2 other songs. With 2.5 songs, well, 1.5 songs to make Mikey and Aizana fucking pay for this. This is going to be annoying, but I guess I'll have to sing them. Whatever. We go mostly Issei kind of, well, going into a time skip mostly of Issei kind of getting ready. He gets to his apartments. Mostly he does kind of live in apartments with mostly Mikey. Well, Mikey goes into a different room, but mostly Issei's right now in those apartments. This is where, well, or not an apartment, it's kind of a house that Issei kind of lives with Mikey, Draken, and some other people, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei kind of sighs, and this is where, well, or, yeah, Issei kind of sighs. He did went to the stores to go buy some different clothes, but this is where, well, he's also keeps kind of thinking of what songs he want to hear during the whole kind of, mostly just him singing, which is actually quite annoying. And right now wants to beat the shit of his vice captain, his ex vice captain, because, well, he's no longer a leader, no longer the what's it called, the Jade / Emerald twin-headed dragon, mostly, yeah, twin-headed dragon gang. Now, of course, by the end, of course, where, well, he just says, I'm gonna kill you. Damn it, whatever. But we go into mostly later that night. Mostly Issei is right now dressing up, and of course, well, he kind of dressed up to kind of wearing a mostly black kind of jacket. Mostly he kind of looks like this. So it's basically looking like this. Mostly he's wearing all this. This is where, well, he does have his earbuds, which are black, but not the point. This is where, well, he is sighing because he's quite angry at the fact that he is actually having to do this, but yeah. Well, it's not fully black, but it does have some streaks of mostly green around his kind of like black jacket, because he did ask it for it to be customized. And this is where, well, when he went to the mall, it wasn't really a mall, it was mostly like a custom clothes shop. And of course, where, well, Issei did customize it to kind of having some green streaks around it. Mostly, he has some green streaks on his like front of his shirt. And the back of his shirt is mostly colored like flames of green around, mostly around the back of the shirt. But then it has the symbol of a dragon, mostly kind of like clawing onto like the back of mostly like Issei's shoulders. And of course, like mostly the dragon kind of appearing on top of Issei's head, mostly the hood. This is where, well, Issei also kind of customized it to kind of also be a kind of matching part for mostly the pants, because the pants is supposed to have like a tail. This is where, well, or mostly like a symbol of a tail kind of like going down towards one of his legs, like kind of going towards the left leg and kind of wrapping around it. This is where, well, Issei also did kind of customize the shoes to kind of have the tail also kind of like getting mostly onto the shoes also, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly also has kind of wings that does kind of wrap around mostly the kind of long sleeve, but not the point. This is where, well, or just, yeah, kind of spreading, but not the point. This is where, well, the other leg is kind of having like kind of greenish and blackish flames, but not the point. This is where, well, the shoes are kind of just black, but not, yeah, not the point. This is where, well, Issei is kind of getting towards the concert place and where he needs to go. He would wear a mask, but yeah, he was wearing a mask when he was getting there. So he had like a greenish, mostly like a black mask that had the teeth of mostly like sharp, kind of like dragon teeth, but that was not the point. This is where, well, Issei is kind of getting towards the location where he needs to go. Of course, where, well, Aika was actually kind of like, mostly, she was near an apartment, or not near an apartment, mostly, yeah, she was near an apartment that was actually kind of like, she paid and other things, and of course, she was like changing into different clothes, because she found out that actually, mostly, the place is public. You can actually go there, and it doesn't matter if you're from a gang or not. Literally, the only problem, the only rules that are there is not to cause trouble, not to fight, not to do anything. It's mostly a peaceful kind of like, mostly just a peaceful place for people if they want to hear music, but not the point. This is where, well, there's drinks and other shit there, but not the, yeah, not the point. But this is where, well, mostly we go into Issei kind of, well, getting towards the place. But when Aika also gets out of the house, she's wearing mostly this. Let me show you. So basically, she kind of just has this like greenish jacket, which mostly kind of like it's kind of tight, and of course, it's mostly a short kind of greenish jacket, which kind of shows a little bit of her cleavage. And this is where, well, she's also kind of wearing mostly a well, mostly shirt underneath, but it's mostly like a sport bra kind of, but not the point. Wearing kind of these blue kind of shorts, and this is where, well, she's also kind of wearing these black shoes, but not the point. Well, it's kind of like blue shorts, but it's mostly like a skirt kind of, well, kind of, it's like a tight skirt, but not the point. This is where, well, she is kind of getting out of the, well, it's not tight skirt, it's mostly like a, yeah, blue jeans that is quite tight, but not the point. This is where, well, she gets out of her, out of the apartments, and what she sees across, mostly, she's actually like getting her apartments, and she's mostly on top of the building, but not the point, or not top of the building, like on the second floor, because this apartment has like 3 floors, but not the point. This is where, well, what she sees across is Issei getting out, and Issei looks completely different. His jacket is mostly quite interesting because he does have those streaks of green mostly on his like pants and also like shirt. But of course, there's like a 3 claw mark, well, mostly like a claw mark of like a dragon clawing through his like shirt, but or mostly jacket. And of course, where, well, Issei is pushing his hair back because, well, yeah, he also got a haircut because his hair is kind of messy and mostly messy and annoying. So of course, he went to go get a haircut. Basically, kind of looks like, well, mostly. So yes, his hairstyle is like this. Mostly to the side of his hair is kind of cut. So instead of having all that messy brown hair, it's kind of like in the side of the cut. But of course, his black hair is kind of like mostly also kind of cut, or not black hair, mostly brown hair is kind of cut like this. But yeah. But this is where, well, Issei kind of, his eyes glow green for a second, but of course it went back to a hazelish, well, mostly not hazel, mostly golden, golden brown. And this is where, well, he kind of sighs and says, well, time to get to the freaking concert or whatever. God damn it, idiot's really pissing me off. What if I'm gonna make those 2 idiots right and I'll sing such a beautiful song? This is gonna be funny as hell. This is where, well, Issei starts kind of running towards, or not even running, just walking towards the concert because he has still enough time. He's just walking, and this is where, well, mostly Aika wants to follow him, which she does, and of course she's still hiding her presence and everything. And this is where, well, she's just seeing how Issei is walking so calmly. He's so much different, and his mostly aura and mostly his his aura and his atmosphere is all different. His atmosphere is quite calm and just mostly not nervous, but just quite calm and of course quite angry, like a little tint of angriness, but not the point. This is where, well, he's also, his aura isn't entirely there, but she's confused with why. But then again, he's quite human, well, supposedly. Of course, this is where, well, his aura is also quite dark, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei is getting towards the place, and when he gets there, the warehouse and other things, there's a huge crowd of people kind of going inside. Issei is kind of now nervous, the fact that there's more people than he expected. He thought this shit was going to be private, only for the fucking gangs like Toma, Tenjin, his own other gang members, like his other friends, slash kind of vice captains. Well, kind of were vice captains, or mostly commanders, similar to like Toma's kind of like leadership, but not the point. But this is where, well, Issei's kind of switched off and saying, okay, this could be quite bad now that I think about it. I'm definitely making Mikey and fucking Azena fucking sing. I do not care. Those bastards are going to get what they fucking deserve. This is where Issei kind of growls in his head. This is where, well, he then kind of sighs and decides to kind of go towards, well, the back. This is where, well, he kind of gets in because he kind of just shows off his mostly face and of course who exactly he is. And this is where, well, mostly people wanted to kind of say that he wore off the green, well, mostly the jade, or mostly not the jade, the sleeping dragon, until Issei kicked the shit of the guy knocking him out, while the other bodyguards say, oh hell no, never mind, you can go in. Yeah, they realized when Issei kicked the shit of the person, yeah, that man is knocked the fuck out. This is where, well, mostly Aika had to go through the entrance, well, mostly entrance for all the other people who actually wanted to came to kind of see Issei kind of sing and whatever. Of course, this is where, well, mostly Issei kind of goes into the back. he gets ready, and of course we go into mostly 5 minutes later. A bunch of people are talking, kind of just saying, so we were here to this concert. What? Who's exactly gonna be singing? This is where people think that mostly they are hoping that either was it called Mikey or Aizena, because well, pretty much Toma and Tenju was actually the ones who actually kind of host this place. So of course they either think it's either Mikey or Aizena. This is where well, people then thinks about mostly how there's the also third brother of mostly Mikey or even Aizena. That being, well, Issei. Now, of course, people think that there's no way in hell the Sleeping Dragon be this like good at singing or whatever. Until mostly the stage does become dark because it was bright, but then it becomes dark, and one bright light appears, but it's green. And this is where well, Issei appears because there's fire also kind of exploding like smoke. And this is where well, Issei appears with his hood kind of down, and of course where well, he does have a mask, but it isn't like a face mask. Well, it is a face mask, but it isn't like made out of wool. It's kind of made up kind of like you know those demonic masks that usually Japan has? Yeah, it kind of looks like that, but it's actually like a dragon teeth one. This is where well, people are shocked and thinking that this is none other than Issei because mostly of what he's wearing and entirely how he looks like. But yeah, this is where well, Issei starts kind of grabbing the mic, and the first song he starts singing is called what's it called? Well, so the song that goes mostly, he grabs the mic, and the song he's singing is called Breaking Down by I For Brent. So of course this is where well, he says he starts singing the first lyrics and other thing. I think I'm saying too much, I think I'm a little paranoid, I think I'm breaking, maybe it's in my blood, gotta play the game with a boy, I think I'm breaking down, hey 30-second every second, every hour, every day, person in the mirror. Okay, I should probably stop singing. But yeah, Issei starts kind of singing, and of course this like song is quite enchanting towards everyone's kind of ears, and everyone just dumbfounded. Of course, the word well, Issei keeps like singing, and this word well, mostly it is kind of like a slash rock metal song, not the point, but of course it's kind of like showing his passion towards singing. This is where well, everyone is so dumbfounded and shocked to hear the third brother of mostly the Sano kind of family just shocked. Or mostly not shocked, mostly his singing voice is quite enchanting. When Aika hears this, she is shocked. Now, of course, a lot of people start kind of pulling out the phones to start recording this shit. This is where, well, they were already recording this, and even Aika, because she realized that an EMP is not blocking her signature or anything. But of course, where, well, people are kind of recording this, even Aika. Now, of course, she didn't actually realize this, but she accidentally sent it towards a group chat. And this group chat was connected towards mostly Catherine and Moriyama. Now, Moriyama also kind of like put Aika towards another group chat that was actually with mostly Issei's other friends, being what's it called, Bluish Hair Girl, and mostly mostly Issei's 3 other friends, mostly Junko, Estef, and also Maria. Of course, this is where, well, Aika didn't notice that neither, but this is where, well, the video actually appears, and of course, she was kind of live streaming it. This is where, well, in the kind of group chat, and this is where, well, mostly Catherine wakes up because she kind of felt her phone kind of ringing. Other people's phone would start ringing because, well, Aika forgot that she kind of put that on the live chat. This is where, well, what they see is mostly someone singing in enchanting voice, and it seems that Aika seems to be in a crowd, and of course he starts singing. This is where, well, he gets to the, what's it called? So yeah, he's almost finished singing, and this is where, well, so he's almost finished singing, and this is where, well, mostly everyone is just quite enchanted with his like singing. This is where, well, mostly everyone is confused, even in the group chat. They would kind of talk to Aika, but they notice that Aika isn't doing this on what's it called, accident, or not accident, on purpose, and they actually decide to just stay and hear who is actually singing. This is where people are actually screaming after mostly Issei finished. And this is where, well, a lot of people say, damn, didn't know Issei, what's it called, also the, what's it called, speaker was a little bit on. And this is where, well, to actually show this kind of live stream, but not the point. This is where someone say, damn, I didn't know Issei, one of the third, oh, what's it called, the 3 brothers of the Sano family was actually quite good at singing, one dude said. This is where another person said, who was actually a girl, saying, oh my god, I never expected to be quite handsome. Well, he is quite handsome the last time I saw him in middle school, but maybe he's actually more handsome now than expected. This is where no one can actually see his face, but of course a lot of people saying that this is Issei, and this is where, well, when Estef, Junko, and even, well, the others kind of heard this is where they were shocked. Now Aika was seeing this, and of course she was enchanted a little bit also from Issei singing. This is where, well, the next song that Issei starts singing out, he didn't actually take a break. He actually started singing the other song because he actually wanted to finish this off, but fuck it. So the next song he's hearing is basically Hurricane I Prevail. It's mostly the same prayer, but not the point. So of course, mostly he starts singing, of course, lately I don't give a fuck, cause I can't be myself when I'm with anyone. Maybe I'm gone, I never be the same. It hit me like a hurricane, hit me like a tidal wave, and I don't know why I drowned my mind. But of course, he's singing that, and this is where, well, everyone is just enchanted with the song because he is showing a bit of motion more than ever. And of course, this is actually mostly his true self, and he's actually showing it for real. This is where, well, mostly everyone is quite enchanted with the song. The next song that he hears is also Let Me Be Sad by I Prevail, mostly another song that they're made. And of course, where, well, he says, Let me be sad. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I can't remember all the lyrics, but not the point. So the next song he sings is called Lost in the Echo by Linkin Park. And of course he's singing also about mostly, basically the song is kind of respect of mostly, it's just a song that's kind of connected to that of his gang life. And of course mostly, yeah, mostly of these songs are either connected to his gang life and his like real personality. So of course mostly he starts singing this and says, in those promise broken deep below, each word gets lost in the echo. So of course he did make some promises when he was a gangster, and of course to his like older brother, being that of Shinjiro Sano, which he didn't fully keep, and they were kind of broken, but not the point. So the song he sings next is basically One for the Money, and it's basically how he actually feels now, and of course how he might return back to his normal life, back to how he actually feels instead of being an actual perverted loser in his what's it called, cool life. So this is where, well, his hood actually went down, like he kind of like dropped his hood down to reveal his face, of course, like mostly his like eyes and upper face, until he like, of course, also his hair. And this is where a lot of people were enchanted with his kind of like upper face. Issei takes off the mask and also kind of like drops it down to the ground. And this is where the next song, mostly he just starts singing it. It's called Everybody in the War, Are You With Me? It's too late to run, well, try to run, we run the city. It's my time, it's showtime. Help me down now, I don't give a fuck time. Well, it's don't give a, I don't want to say I don't give a fuck time. Whatever. It's go time, it's showtime. Sing it with me, everybody, let's go. Everyone starts kind of singing, like mostly everyone in the whole like crowd, because they know this song. And of course, like mostly a lot of people, this is where, well, Issei says, cause it's one for the money. Two, it's two cause two is for the show. Three, it's three, yeah, it's three. It's three, get ready. Are you ready, motherfuckers? Are you ready? Let's go. Cause it's one. Yeah, you get the point. So of course he just starts singing this, and this is where, well, mostly, let's see you start a war, start a riot when there's nothing left to burn. Hear the silence. Hate me, you can't escape me. You ain't ever gonna change me. But yeah. So this is where, well, Issei starts kind of just screaming out loud, and of course at the same time singing, because he loves this song also, because it's basically, he has to just pick one personality. And of course he actually is going with his like old gangster kind of personality, because it's mostly, he remember how Motohama says that mostly this pervert personality is going to just be the death of us, and of course how he's going to, mostly Motohama's also changing. So of course mostly Issei starts changing back to his original, mostly his life, and how he's just going to probably stick to this person forever. This is where, well, Issei says, it's one for the money, two, fucking wait. Yeah, it's one for the money, two for the show, three, get ready, and it's, what's it called? This is where, well, he says, are you ready, motherfuckers? Are you ready? Right, let's go. This is where, well, everyone just keeps kind of shaking their heads, because it's actually quite amazing. This is where, well, mostly Mikey and Aizana are kind of just seeing this. And this is where, well, they are quite mostly amazed with their little brother, how he's actually singing this. He's actually showing more passion and actually truth, mostly true personality towards his face. And of course how he mostly when he was singing the other songs, he was showing a lot of personality, mostly of a sad and kind of personality, while the other one is mostly, this is his actual true kind of like mostly personality that he kind of still went inside his body. Now he's actually showing it, he doesn't care. This is what, well, everyone in the crowd are just happy and like hearing the song of what Issei is singing. This is what, well, Issei finally finished the song, and of course this is where he's breathing out loud. He's like, well, Issei then kind of smiles with such a mostly vicious kind of grin. Issei says, well, it seems that it's time for me to kind of stop singing. You see here, I was only singing 5 songs. I only kept promising myself to sing only 5 songs. But that is not over. This concert's not over just yet. You see here, Mikey, Aizena. This is where, well, both Mikey and Aizena kind of just. Aizena wasn't actually mostly told by Mikey on what exactly he's going to sing neither. Because, well, he wasn't told about anything about this. And this is where Mikey forgot about it. And this is where he should. Oh, shit. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, Aizena, don't let Mikey escape. This is where, well, mostly Issei screams in the mic. This is where Aizena grabs Mikey. And this is where, well, they go to the stage. And this is where, well, everyone's confused. And this is where, well, Issei kind of throws, well, mostly, he gets 2 mics from mostly underneath him. And, of course, thanks to the fact that he actually told someone earlier about this. And this is where, well, Issei throws the 2 mics towards what's it called, Aizena and also Mikey. And this is where Mikey said, oh, goddamn, Issei, please don't let us do this. This is where, well, mostly everyone was confused, but this is where Issei said, oh, you're gonna do this, you son of a bitch. You are the reason why I'm doing this. This is where, well, Issei says, don't worry, it's not hard songs, okay? This is where, well, mostly Mikey and Aizena are confused, and this is where Aizena says, wait, am I gonna sing? This is where Issei says, oh yes, the mic is also on, also on, so yes. Everyone heard about you singing. This is where everyone is so dumbfounded and shocked to see the 3 brothers actually starting to sing. And this is where, well, mostly everyone was going to actually see either them fail or probably pass or whatever. They probably already know that Issei is probably going to hard carry them until Issei says, I'm not going to sing with you guys. This is where both of them goes horrified looks. This is where everyone kind of looks at Issei with like, damn, he's going to just screw them over. This is where, well, Issei said, well, this is where, well, Issei said, I'm not going to help you sing one of the songs. The other song I will help you is basically the half song. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly Mikey says, why Issei? Why you like this? It's where Issei says, oh, I need to take a break. I need to get water and other shit. So that's why I'm going to make you guys sing 1 hour song. Or not 1 hour song, mostly like one of the songs. This is where, well, we'll see. Mikey says, what's the song? This is where, well, Issei says, oh, here. This is where Issei gets his phone and pulls out. And this is where he gives it to Mikey and even Aizena. This is where, well, we'll see both Aizena and also Mikey sees the song. And it's basically Dance with the Devil by Breaking Benjamin. So, of course, that's the creator who created it. And this is where the first, like, mostly, like, lyrics they see is here. Here I stand helpless and left for dead. This is where, well, Issei says, good luck, guys. This is where, well, Issei walks away. They both just horrified look in their eyes, seeing Issei just walk up the stage, turning off the mic, and just kind of like putting it down to the ground and just walking away. This is where everyone just kind of looks at mostly Mikey and mostly Aizena kind of just seeing horrified looks in their mostly eyes. And this is where, well, everyone was still recording. This is where, well, they said, damn it, we're screwed. Issei went to kind of take his, well, mostly just get a bottle of water, like tossed to him by mostly his, well, mostly right-hand man when he was in a gang fight, or mostly biker gang. And of course, is none other than a guy with white hair and kind of like like goldenish yellow eyes. This is where his white hair is kind of like put into a V shape, and this is where, well, he just wear like this black kind of like tight, mostly long sleeve shirt. And of course, mostly these like white kind of, like what's it called, saggy white kind of pants with black zippers, black shoe zippers, but not quite. He throws it towards Issei, and Issei catches it, and Issei looks at mostly his commander, or mostly his right hand man, and Issei says, sup Garu? This is where Issei said, this is where Garu chuckles and says, wow, you definitely just left both of them for dead. Issei says, no, they're fine, they have the lyrics, they're fine. And this is what, well, mostly Gato chuckles and says, you're so evil, you son of a bitch. He says, I am evil. But don't worry, I'll come back for, like, the other one. So what's the other one? Issei kind of, mostly gets on a computer and, like, pulls it up. And this is where, well, because there are computers, and this is where, well, he pulls up the other song. This is where Garu Garu kind of just looks at it and kind of just says, well, that's actually a pretty good song. It's kind of more, or it's more like your childhood self when you were training with, what's it called, mostly your oldest brother. This is where Issei says, yeah, of course. I'm going to be singing this song because mostly this was also the song that my older brother kind of mostly sang when I was mostly training with him. This is where, well, mostly, Garu nods and says, well, it seems it's almost over. 3 minutes are almost over because they are quite fucked. This is where, well, mostly Issei chuckles and says, well, play the song for me while I'll go up there. This is where, well, mostly Garu nodded and just says, well, good luck. This is where Issei kind of gets back into the crowd, or mostly into the stage, grabbing, well, mostly the mic, turning it on, and seeing both of his brothers just struggling and sing. This is where, well, they are kind of just trying to sing, but they're just struggling. Everyone is just seeing this and just saying, damn, Issei really just screwed them over. Issei kind of remembers all the lyrics, and of course, he knows already the ending part, and this is where, well, Issei starts singing it. This is where, well, Issei says, say goodbye as we dance with the devil tonight. Don't you dare look at him in the eyes. As we dance with the devil tonight. Hold on, goodbye, Issei said. This is where he finished the lyrics for his brothers, just because his brothers was actually struggling. This is where both of his brothers kind of just switch off and says, why you like this, Issei? Issei says, oh come on, don't be like that. Besides, the other song that I picked now is actually one of, well, mostly, you know, our oldest brother kind of favorite song. This is where Mikey and Aizen kind of says, wait, what kind of song? This is where Issei says, oh, don't worry, you probably already know it. This is where Issei kind of gets his phone and give it towards his like brothers, and this is where they see which song Issei is talking about, and this is where the song that he's talking about is. Mostly the song is kind of saying you're gonna go far, kid, made by well, the Offspring. Yeah, they made it. This is where, well, the song starts, and this is where Issei says, show me how to lie, you're getting better at time, and turning all against the one is an art that's hard to teach. Another clever word set off in, yeah, you get the point. I'm not gonna try to sing it fully. This is where, well, while mostly Mikey and Azena are basically grabbing well, mostly the lyrics of the song to actually see it, this is where Issei is actually singing it out his heart, because he actually remembers all the lyrics, because his older brother sang it most of the time while he sang it also with him. So of course Issei is showing more passion than normal in this song, because mostly right next to him it seems to be a spirit of mostly his oldest brother, being that of mostly. This is where, well, mostly Shinichiro Asano actually appears like right next to Issei, and having like an arm right next to him, mostly like on top of his shoulders while Issei singing this. While mostly Mikey and even Aizen actually notices, they were shocked and dancing. But of course, it's mostly seeing their kind of like older brother sing and their youngest brother singing in an dancing. This is where, well, they remember the song and the lyrics now, because mostly they were basically struggling with the first song in the first place, so of course they forgot. But now they see mostly their youngest brother kind of just sing entirely, with more passion than ever. This is where, well, Issei kind of looks similar to that of Shinjiro, and actually because of his hairstyle, he actually changed it towards, of course, it's not fully looking like his oldest brother kind of hairstyle, but of course, this is where, well, it's close enough to kind of make it his own kind of look like. This is where, well, both Aizen and even what's it called, Mikey decides to, well, let go of the phone and then kind of just like put it down on the ground, while they actually like stand next to what's it called, Issei, and start singing also. This is where, well, everyone kind of starts singing also because they actually like this song, while mostly Aika is just seeing this, and of course, this is where, well, she is shocked to ever see Issei sing, with more of a bright, cheerful smile, and of course, it kind of looks quite cute, at the same time of like his different hairstyle, and of course, how he's showing more personality than ever. This is where, well, more emotion, personality, and other shit, but not the point. This is where, well, everyone is just so shocked and excited. But yeah, now after the concert is kind of over, because we go into a time skip with that, everyone is kind of like going home or either just talking. Of course, a lot of people still have recordings and other shit. Some people actually have not enough storage to kind of fit all this shit, so of course they lost it. Some people are actually not live streaming this because, well, yeah, they're gonna have to blur out faces kind of. But this is where, well, mostly everyone was going wild with the song. So of course, it's 3 sad songs, well, kind of. Mostly, yeah, 3-ish kind of sad songs. One song that Issei just sang, but not the point. And the other, mostly 3 songs are kind of interesting. Well, mostly 2 people sang one song, which struggled, but Issei came in clutch and actually made people still pay attention to his enchanting singing. And of course, this is where a lot of people who were actually friends with Shinjiro, Sano actually saw a sparrow next to Issei, but yeah. For a second. Now I should mention one thing. Issei actually had 3 necklaces he was wearing at that time. He was wearing a drill necklace. The other one was mostly this greenish necklace that actually had 2 heads, but not the point, with mostly a greenish kind of emerald gem. And this is where the other one was mostly like a black kind of dragon necklace that had a black dragon with a red ruby gem on it. Now of course, a lot of people are kind of just amazed in how Issei kind of looks a lot more like Shinjiro. But of course, since they're not blood related, they're not entirely looking like each other. But still, a lot of people were just kind of shocked and amazed with Issei. But yeah. So of course that was all happening. This is where, well, Issei kind of, well, we'll see, kind of like goes down the stage. And this is where, well, Issei kind of was out of the stage. He went to go get a drink at the bar, but not the point. Mostly just a water because, yeah, he was thirsty as hell. This is where, well, Issei was walking down, but this is where, well, he noticed was a guy kind of flirting with a girl with kind of brownish hair, and of course hazel's eyes, and of course having glasses. She kind of had a nice figure on her, but this is where, well, Issei was getting annoyed. Now, of course, this is where, well, Issei said, "Hey, fuckers, move out of the way." This is where, well, the other, mostly the person that was actually trying to hit on Aika, because Aika was actually having trouble. This is where, well, mostly he turns around and says, "Who said?" His voice got caught in his throat in an instant. The others turned around and were horrified to see none other than Issei, the guy who actually sang in an enchanting voice. It made everyone like heart got stolen, like either girls or guys. Not the point. But this is where, well, Issei said, "I said move, or do you want me to make you move?" This is the guy say, Issei just had enough of this and just fucking sidekicked this guy in the head, knocking his shit out. This is where the other two were horrified, and Issei say, "Pick up your friend and fucking move." This is where all, like, two of them nodded, pick up the big dude and just fucking ran. This is where, well, Issei was pissed and annoyed, but this is where, when he looks forward, he sees none other than Aika. This is where, well, Issei kinda noticed this, even though the dark, mostly it was kind of dark, but it wasn't dark for him to actually see. And this is where, well, Issei didn't say anything and decides to say, "You okay?" This is where, well, he didn't say her name or any of that. This is where Aika thought maybe thanks to the darkness he couldn't really see fully. Issei knows this is straight up Aika, and this is where, well, she kind of has a nice figure on her, and of course, he's not much of a pervert, but he kind of likes this a little bit. This is where, well, he then doesn't really say her name or anything like that, but yeah. This is where Aika says, I'm fine, thank you. I need to be going. This is where Issei says, "Yeah, goodbye. Besides, there's no other singing in concert, whatever." What? I hope this is not a daily thing because my voice hurts. Issei said with an annoyed kind of tone. This is where he walks by mostly Aika and Issei just walk by, and this is where, well, Issei kind of looks behind, and of course, this is where Issei kind of had a little bit of a blood nose, but not much. Of course, he just saw mostly her tight jeans kind of hug her kind of assets, and this is where, well, Issei's like, I mean, then again, this is where, well, she is quite perverted. This is where, well, Issei kind of just wiped a little blood off his nose. But of course, this is where he just walked to the bar and said, "I need a water. Like, just ice water. I need to drink it." This is where, well, the person who was none other than the bartender said, sure. This is where, well, he gets like a glass of water and he just starts drinking it. But yeah. But we go into mostly time skip towards mostly mostly Issei the next day kind of getting, well, mostly he's just out of his house and kind of just walking around with Mikey. Well, not Mikey. He was actually talking to other people like Draken or even like fuck, I forgot about the white haired dude or whatever. Angry or sad, but not the point. This is where, well, or not angry or sad. Mostly angry and happy, but not the point. This is where, well, Issei was mostly talking to them, and of course they kind of said that if this is going to happen, if you're going to keep visiting what's it called, Tokyo Shinjuku City just because of your older brother's birthday, like your oldest brother, and the grave and other things to celebrate with what's it called, Enma and other things, you should make this a whole daily thing, or mostly just a day of celebration with you singing. That's why Issei said, "I am not doing that again." And mostly Happy was the one to say this. This is where, well, Issei said, "I'm not doing this again." Issei said because his throat was kind of hurting. This is where, well, we'll see Draken kind of chuckles, just pat Issei in the back and says, "Oh, come on, kid, it's not that bad. Besides, we also want to see Mikey and Zena kind of struggle again." This is where, well, Issei said, "I would love to see them struggle again. Those bastards, I hate them so much for the fact that I had it to sing." Issei said, this is where, well, all of them were chuckling, but yeah. This is where, well, he doesn't truly hate them. He doesn't like have like truly hate it. It's mostly like sibling hatred, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly they're chuckling, and that's where, well, Issei said, but I think I'm gonna have to go. Since today was my last day and I have to get to the train station, so yeah. This is where, well, mostly Drak and the other says, "Why don't you kind of like buy a motorcycle and kind of just drive over here?" Issei thinks about it and says, "Well, I would get a motorcycle, but then again, my parents are so annoying and strict and whatever bullshit. I know they're neglected bastards." This is where Issei said towards mostly everyone. And this is where everyone knows about Issei's pain because mostly his parents does neglect him. Kinda. which mostly Issei says, but still, they're also strict and annoying. I wish I could just move out already. I wish I can just fully change my name from Issei Hiro towards Issei Sano, mostly, mostly. This is where, well, Issei says, to Kurakara, Sano and Kurakara. This is where, well, mostly they kind of chuckled and see how Issei is really wanting to change his name fully, like his last name. And this is where, well, they said, well, I mean, if you change it, you know, if you go back to your, like, hometown and they know about your biker gang kind of trouble history, there will probably be a lot of people scared of even being next to you. Issei says, that's an idea! This is where Issei says, that's it! That's the best idea I ever had in my head! Well, thank you, was it called mostly Happy? This is where Issei had such a happily evilish grin. This is where, well, Angry kind of just says, Happy, I don't think that was a great idea. Happy says, now it's even funnier. I actually want to see a lot of people just fear Issei, well, mostly Issei, from the fact that he has a trouble history gang member. He said, this is where Angry says, fine. This is where Draken says, I don't think it's a good idea, Issei. This is where Issei says, no, it's fine. Besides, I think I can actually, maybe? This is where, well, mostly, someone says, yo, Issei. This is where mostly little Issei. This is where Issei turns around and sees Mikey and even, Aizuna. This is where, well, mostly Mikey says, what are you guys talking about? This is where, well, mostly Issei says, I'm gonna change my name towards what's it called, Issei Sano Kurigara. This is where, well, mostly Aizuna pushes Mikey out of the way because Mikey was about to say, wait, what? This is where, well, Aizuna says, wait, you're gonna change your last name towards Kurigara? Yes. This is where, well, mostly Aizuna hugs Issei and says, finally, you can be truly my little brother. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, I thought was already your truly little brother. This is where, well, Aizuna says, yeah, but you're taking my last name. And can't you just keep my last name with you instead of putting Sano? This is where, well, Mikey said, hey, what the hell? What the hell did I get pushed for? This is where, well, mostly, Mikey gets up with an annoyed kind of look at Aizuna. And Aizuna says, what do you want? I'm hugging my little brother because he became my true little brother. This is where, well, mostly Mikey sweatshirts and says, didn't he put Sano to be first? Then was it called Kurigara? This is where, well, Yozana says, nah, I think I heard Kurigara first and Sano. This is where, well, mostly Mikey and, what's it called, Yozana, are kind of fighting right now about the names. Last names that Issei kind of chose. But this is where he sweats up and says, great. This is where, well, Issei coughs into his hand and says, guys, can you stop fighting for a second? This is where, well, mostly they both stop. And this is where they see Issei. And Issei says, I will change my name when I get out of my parents' house. Isn't it 18 when I get out of my parents', or it's because I probably don't have enough money to get out of my parents' house and kind of live on my own. This is where Mikey and Aizuna says, then why don't we just live together? Besides, we can actually be truly brothers if we just live together. This is where, well, mostly Draka says, I'm in. This is where, well, mostly the others say, sweet. We can actually go see Kuwa for the first time. This is where Mikey and Aizuna says, no, I meant like truly brothers. Me, Issei. And that's all. This is where Mikey says, and me, asshole. This is where, well, mostly they start fighting again. This is where, well, mostly Jockey and the others are just chuckling. Even Issei, he's giggling. And of course, where, well, Issei says, that would be actually nice to actually having you guys in Kuwa. But, then again, my parents really don't care if I even leave. I don't think they even read the note that I even just lied to them most of the time. This is where, well, mostly Aizuna says, see? Then why don't you just move with us? Well, we move to Kuwa. We get a house. And you can move in. This is where Issei says, I mean, that'd be really nice. Sure, why not? This is where, well, Issei said. And this is where Aizuna says, also, me and Mikey already got you a surprise for mostly your 18th birthday, or mostly 17th birthday, because, well, you didn't get one last time. This is where, well, mostly we didn't get to see your birthday. This is where, well, Issei says, what is it? This is where, well, they bring mostly Issei towards the place where they wanted to show Issei. And basically, Issei was blindfolded. Of course, he did smash it into a couple of trees thanks to Mikey and his trolling fact. But of course, Aizuna kicked him out of the way and managed to guide Issei close enough towards where the hell they needed to go. Of course, Issei took off the blindfold and saw a kind of motorcycle. This motorcycle was the color of this. So it's kind of looking like this, like a dark green, but mostly the rims on the wheels are kind of flaming green, but not the point. There was also engines that was like shooting off fire when Issei tried it out, but it was like green flames. This is where Issei says, how the hell did you... Mikey and Aizuna says, don't ask. We had to search up on the internet and how to actually make green flames, because we know how much you like green flames, so yeah. This is where mostly Issei chuckles and says, "So you're telling me that you bought some material to change the flames for green?" This is where mostly Azana and even Mikey nodded. This is where mostly Issei says, "Well, at least I know that my brothers are quite smart." This is where mostly Azana says, "I know, right?" This is where Mikey says, "I think that was an insult, you idiot." This is where mostly Azana says, "No. Why would my little brother ever insult me? And besides, it's a Kurogara. Why would he ever insult me?" This is where, mostly Mikey just says, "You're an idiot." This is where, we go into mostly Issei just chuckling and giggling at both of them, but yeah. This is where, Issei kind of says, "But I can't take it towards Kuo just yet. Maybe I could, until you guys kind of move, and actually I can move out from my house. I will take it around Kuo because, well, my parents won't need to bother me too much." This is where, they smile and of course nodded at Issei. So of course they says, "Yeah, that is true. Don't worry, we will kind of bring it to with us towards Kuo." This is where Issei smiles and says, "Good to know." Issei says, "Well, I gotta get to the train station." This is where Issei kind of runs off towards the train station. Also, Aika is already at the train station. She's just waiting because, well, she really wanted to see more, but of course seeing Issei for the first time and looking at her, of course this is where she was blushing the fact that she was saved by Issei. Of course, this is where, it was like some kind of like prince saving a princess. This is where, she's blushing, but of course, she noticed Issei kind of get towards the train station. He's still wearing his customized, well, mostly not customized green outfit and other things. No, he left that with Mikey and the others. Just later on, he will take it back, but not the point. He's just wearing regular clothes right now, like a red kind of shirt, and of course, mostly like this white coat, but not the point, like a white jacket coat, hoodie. But this is where, he's also wearing like blue jeans, and this is where, black shoes, and he sits down next to Aika. And Aika is right now putting paper in front of her face because she doesn't want like Issei to notice this is Aika. This is where Aika's face is all red and she's right now steaming, well, lots of steam. Of course, the train manager comes, and this is where, Issei and Aika board the train. Of course, this is where Aika sits far away from Issei, so Issei doesn't notice her. Of course, Aika could have used a bit of magic circle to get to Kuo, but mostly some of the devils would notice. So of course, that didn't happen. So this is where, Issei gets back to Kuo in the afternoon. This is where, Issei's like, back to Kuo. Should I act perverted? No, I shouldn't. I should stop acting that stupid pervertedness. It's not gonna help me. Maybe I should go back to my gangster self. Yeah, that shit's gonna help me more than my pervertedness. Well, time to get home. This is where, Issei walks off to his house. This is where Aika, her face is kind of red and she's kind of drooling most of the time seeing Issei walk away. And this is where, she then heard about how Issei's going to act back to his gangster self. And of course, that could be ruthless, murderous, and doesn't care too much. Or the fact that he's just going back to mostly what he was in that concert, which he was quite nice and quite caring. Even if, well, I mean, if you were enemy, he wasn't, but yeah. This is where, Aika's kind of drooling to actually see the more violent persona of Issei, or mostly just a sleeping dragon now. But not the point here or there. I will end it off here for part 4 of this what if. But other than that, bye, see ya. I know this shit is probably gonna get copyrighted and I don't care. So other than that, bye, see ya, and yeah. But yeah.